it got cut off, but as I was saying, x cubed divided by x squared, which is the greatest common factor, is x. Then x squared divided by x squared, well, anything divided by itself will always be 1. Now in here, the greatest common factor for this one will be 1, but whenever you start with a negative, just put negative. So it will be -1. And start dividing. Negative x divided by -1 becomes positive x. -1 divided by -1 is positive 1. How do we know if this method will work? If these two factors are exactly the same, that means that's one of your two factors. Okay, only if they're exactly the same, x plus 1, x plus 1. If they're not, then discard that and start doing synthetic division. Okay, for the other factor, I'm going to get this outside. So this one from outside and this one from outside, meaning my two greatest common factors, those are going to be in this one right here. So x squared minus 1. After this, I can notice that this is a difference of squares. Difference of squares just means that you have a minus in the middle, that this is a perfect square because x times x, x squared. And this is a perfect square because 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, another examples is like x squared minus 9 or x squared minus 36 because those are perfect squares. Okay, so whenever you have the difference of squares, remember that you just open your parentheses. You're going to put x plus, take the square root of this, 1, and then x minus 1. Again, the square root of that is x, so you put x. The square root of 1 is 1. But then you put a plus and a minus. We bring this other factor down. And what do we notice? Well, in here we have x plus 1 twice. So that means that we can write x plus 1 to the second power, or squared, times x minus 1. Okay? And so we're going to equal that to 0 because we're finding the x-intercept. For the x-intercept, y is equals to 0. And you can put it here or here, it doesn't matter. And now remember that to find the values of x when it's equal to 0, all you do is get the opposite. So since this is positive 1, that means that your answer will be -1. Multiplicity 2. That means that it's going to touch at that point and then bounce. And then the other answer will be positive 1 because 1 minus 1 is 0. And that's multiplicity 1. It crosses through that point. Okay, so we are now ready to create our graphs, having in mind the end behavior, if the leading coefficient is positive or negative, the degree, if it's odd or even. So all those things, and then the multiplicities, if it goes through as a linear function, if it touches and bounces, or if it crosses to the other side but with a curve closer to that point. Okay, first the end behaviors. It's cubed. Cubed means, like this or like this. How do we know? If it's positive, that means that it's a positive slope between any 2 points. So from here to here is positive, from here to here, the slope is positive. In here it will be negative. So it's going to be down on the left, up on the right. If you need to see those, your chart, that's fine. It's odd and it's positive. So down on the left, up on the right. Okay? Down on the left, up on the right. And it's crossing a -1 and a +1. Down on the left, up on the right. Okay? Now it crosses through -1. But because it has multiplicity 2, that means that it's going to form a parabola. It means it touches and then it bounces, okay? It touches in there and then it bounces. Something like that. And then it will go through 1. Well, following, all I have now is a point through here and my end behavior going or pointing up. So it's just going to go like this and through. If it's multiplicity 1, there is no curve in here. It's not like cubed, okay? It's just straight up. Again, you just make it nicer by smoothing the curves. Okay, something like that. Let's go into Desmos, and so y equals x cubed, so you put a to the b power and put the 3 plus, there you go, x squared. X squared is a to the 2nd power minus x and minus 1. Minus x, where's my x? Minus 1. There it is. So notice how it's a lot closer than I went. Let's go compare. So it's a 1, that lowest is a negative 1.1, and I went lower than that. It looks like 3, and then negative 1, 0. If you notice, it touches and then it bounces, and then it goes down and crosses with. If you feel that you need more examples, let me know in the comments below. At this point, we are very close to 800 subscribers. Thank you so much for all your support. If you haven't subscribed, I invite you to subscribe so for more videos in math. We really appreciate all your thumbs up. Here is where you can subscribe. This is the link to the entire unit, more on graphing polynomials. And here you will find the next lesson. Now you're able to do 7.3 and have fun.